All right, so video number 2 today. I waited till a little bit later because I was having a good time at my boy's house. We were playing Uno on our phone as a group, and it got pretty heated. I'm not gonna lie. But there are some really stupid people out there that should not discuss football in any facet. Like, they should not discuss football. They shouldn't even fucking discuss badminton. That's how bad they are at talking sports. All right, now, what I saw today from the Philadelphia Eagles, it was inexcusable. Like, Carson Wentz played bad, the coaching was bad, the defense was bad. You know what, though? I'm not going to talk bad about Jim Schwartz because he has nothing to work with at all. The defensive pressure isn't getting there. The linebacking core, I think I could be better at linebacker. And I'm not saying that just to be smart. I'm saying that because it's a possibility that I could play just as good as they do, which isn't very good at all. Tyler Higbee has 3 touchdowns. A majority of those were because of the linebackers because they couldn't cover them. And it's just a big problem. And with people saying, like, it's not just one guy saying this. It's not 2 guys saying this. I've heard this from about like 3 different places. The division sucks so bad so we could get into the playoffs. Do you want to go through this again? Like, do you really want to? Do you want to go to the playoffs with this heaping garbage? Like, seriously. I know it takes me about 3 weeks to figure out where a team's at. The first 2 weeks, we lost to the Washington football team, who looked pretty bad today, against Arizona, who Arizona really wasn't that good last year. They were coming into their own. They got DeAndre Hopkins, but in my opinion, they're still not that great of a team. Cliff Kingsbury's kind of like, eh. But the Eagles are not a good football team. They're not. Like, you look up and down this roster, and it's like, we have no linebackers. Our defensive pressure's old. Cox looks like a fucking schmuck. Darius Slay is probably our only bright spot on that defense right now, if I'm being completely honest with you. On offense, like my buddy Zomp said on the show earlier, a shout out to him, Miles Sanders is pretty much the only bright spot there. Zach Ertz, I'm not paying him. He could kick bricks. I don't give a shit about him. I don't want him on the team anymore. He's Carson's first read every single time, and if we're gonna keep Carson Wentz, we need him to flourish. And he always looks towards Zach Ertz's way. Not a big playmaker. He's got to go. He's got to go. I don't care if there's Zach Ertz fans out there. I don't care. The guy's got to go. Deshaun Jackson, very old. Love D-Jax, but he's not bringing much to the table. Alshon Jeffrey's coming back, but I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, honestly, because, you know, like Zomp said earlier, you could score 35 points, but if you can't stop anyone on defense, and if you finally run into a good defense and you can't stop their offense, what good is that? You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people are like, oh, this division sucks. There's a lot of 0-2 teams. The Dallas Cowboys would have been 0-2 if they would have lost like they should have. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Like, why would you want to even, talk about going to the playoffs when you don't have a shot? You don't have a shot. Like, what, from what you've seen today, what makes you think this team can contend with any of the top teams? In my opinion, the Rams, they're good, but they're not a great team. You know what I'm saying? There were a lot of good designs out there that Sean McVay, credit to him, it was pretty impressive, but they're not a great team. Like, we're talking about teams like the Ravens. We're talking about teams like even Pittsburgh, you know? We're talking about the great teams. You know, I don't even think this team right now, like, if we're going to head to next week, I could even see this team probably making it a game against Cincinnati. And Cincinnati is full of young talent, new head coach. You know, it's one of those, and we never beat Cincinnati. You know, they always have our number, and Joe Burrow looks great. I'm not going to lie to you, it looks great. And I think he could shut our defense. So, like, people could be optimistic all they want. I'm not taking that away from you. But if you're going to put optimism into sports talk, maybe you should just go a different route. Like, seriously, it's just, it becomes a joke. Like, podcasts, everyone has different podcasts, everyone has different opinions, but just be realistic. That's all I ask. You know, I saw this game this week. I was like, I thought we'd win because, you know, they were coming coast to coast, but they obliterated us. The way I see things right now, I honestly feel that this team is 4 or 5 win team. Maybe less. Maybe not even 4 wins. I'm being honest. I think, honestly, it pains me to say this, I think we're the worst team in the division. From what I've seen, I think we are. And if that's the case, if we lose next week, I am thrown in the towel. It's over. I am looking for a top 5 pick if we lose next week, because if you can't even beat the Cincinnati Bengals with all that young talent, a washed up AJ Brown, rookie quarterback, and just throw it in. And it just built for the future. But it's just one of those things. I can't really be too upset because like I said before, I do have a Super Bowl, and it just makes me upset though, because out of all the years I've bashed number 11, he hasn't proved me wrong. He has not proven me wrong. I've been waiting for him to prove me wrong because I want the quarterback to succeed, and he's just not doing it. He's throwing the ball into double coverage to a guy that everyone in the city hates. Like, why is JJ even on the field? He stinks. Like, I just don't understand it, but whatever. What are you going to do? Those are my late thoughts, my opinions, and I guess we'll see you next week. Fly Like an Eagle podcast Thursday, and right after the game, and on to Cincinnati. Can't go 0-3. It's a death sentence if you do. I'm out. Bye.